You got Talk Erie on your radio at 105.9, 103.3, and AM 1530. We're also live on YouTube and on Facebook for our monthly William T. Spaeder spotlight here. And I want to welcome into the studio here. We've got to my right, Bob Curtis, the supervisor of the generator department. Hey, Bob.
Hi, Joel.
And we've got Dana Totleben, the manager of service for the Erie area at Spaeder. Good to see you, Dana.
Thank you.
And we've got Jayson Spaeder here, the vice president of service at Spaeder. Good to see you, Jayson.
Nice to see you, too.
All righty. So let's start out with, the weekend here. You guys are going to have a booth at the Home and Garden Expo. And talk a little bit about what we can expect when we come by the Spaeder booth this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Bayfront Convention Center.
Probably the biggest thing you're going to see is our truck.
Okay. You have the truck inside?
Yeah, we have a 1929 model. We have a 1929 Model A there.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Was that in service for the?
No.
Oh, okay. We're just having fun with it, right?
It's a replica of our business, over 100 years.
Wow, that's cool. I like that.
They bought it to use it for parades and shows and things like this.
Okay, what color is it? I'm interested. Did you paint it yellow?
Green and black.
It's green. Okay.
Which was the original color on the original one.
Okay, so you made it more authentic than
Correct, yeah.
than the company brand colors. Yeah. Well, that's cool. So that'll be the big highlight there. But you're going to show you're going to have a generator there, right?
Yeah, we have a generator there. We'll have some hot water tanks there. We have furnace there. A little bit of everything. Try to showcase what we do.
And those are all things that a resident can call Spaeder about.
Absolutely.
Is HVAC and plumbing, huh?
Yes.
Yep, and electrical and generators.
That's remarkable. Talk about that, Jayson. What got the Spaeder folks involved in residential services? Because the brand is kind of known for that big industrial commercial work, right?
Yeah, it really all started with supporting some of our commercial customers at the time.
Yeah.
Many of them would call us and ask if we'd be able to somewhat do them a favor and work on their plumbing or their heating at their own house.
At the house, yeah.
Yeah. It expanded to taking care of our own employees also. They would ask and say, hey, can you stop and work on things at their houses also. At that point, it just made sense to keep moving with it and start branching out to the rest of the city to help take care of any issues they may have in their own home.
How long have you been doing this, you think?
We've been doing residential for about 15 years.
Okay.
Not really advertising it, but it's been growing kind of organically and working through that. And we put a really big focus on it in the last probably 5 years.
Well, and that kind of led to this investment to jump into generators and bring Bob on, right?
Correct. That way we could really capitalize on all those needs. So the plumbing, the HVAC side, the electrical side, generators, all of it. That way we were covering everything that the homeowner might need.
Yeah, you really, again, you think of Spaeder as kind of that sprinkler person in that heavy industrial, and we're saying now, hey, we can function with what is that? What's the stuff? The
PEX.
PEX.
Mm-hmm. Do some PEX, yes.
That's part and parcel when you're in residential, right? And smaller. Sometimes, instant demand hot water heaters or regular hot water heaters, right?
Yeah, we can do all of them. We still put in your typical standard water heater that a lot of people recognize with a tank. We're doing the tankless water heaters, which is a big thing now. Mm-hmm. Any of those needs. We got split systems to the furnaces and air conditioners, that the condensers you're seeing outside.
Okay. Tell me about that. Explain that part of it.
So a lot of places are going with the split systems, or You still have your condenser outside, but you got either wall units or ceiling cassettes for heat and air conditioning.
Okay, so it's almost like a hotel application inside the house?
Very similar to that. You have a more direct temperature feel with it.
Yeah.
But they work really well and handle a lot of different applications with it.
Yeah, talk about that, Dana, because I feel like as you enter into this realm, the product lines are so varied now.
They are. So with the split systems, the way I best describe it to people so that they can at least see the benefits of it. If you have forced air in your house, you can get air conditioning. It's usually not that big of a deal. Also something we offer. But if you have boiler heat in your house, hot water heat, and you can't get air conditioning, the split systems is really kind of where those shine as well. Those can be room specific. They can do large areas or small areas.
Do you keep your boiler going?
Yep, your boiler would still maintain your heating in the winter just like it normally does. But instead of throwing in a window unit or something in the bedroom, you could put a split system in, and actually that could do multiple rooms at the same time.
That's really interesting.
And then they do have multi-head ones that go off the same condensing unit outside. So you'd have 2 or 3 heads inside the house, one condensing unit sitting outside. So that's just in that heating and cooling world.
Let's talk about electric for a second here, because there's so many folks that are diving in to renewables, right? Yep. Maybe, especially, maybe putting solar on their roofs.
But car chargers.
What's
car chargers?
Oh, absolutely,
car
right?
Chargers are a big
business. you're having to kind of broaden your approach, right, Bob?
Yes.
As far as different needs of the consumer.
You have to be nimble, adapt to what's out there. The car charger is the big business now. That's the up and coming. Yes.
Wow. And as far as you handle the whole full installation, transfer switch, dealing with the utility and all that stuff, right?
Yep, for a generator, we do.
You're right.
Yep.
Right.
Yes. When we're done, that's it. There's no surprises, no extras, everything.
Right. That makes sense. Again, we kind of mentioned in past shows, you've got this, you've got the sheet metal folks. Are you seeing that you're bringing those folks in to do ducting and stuff in a residential application?
For sure. Anytime you do a furnace replacement, it's never just a cookie cutter thing. So you will have to adapt ductwork and stuff like that. And we do have a sheet metal guy in our service department that does that with the installs as well. So you got to be able to adapt with what's sitting there.
What about service in general? Again, there's 100,000 homes in Erie County or whatever. Sometimes you're walking in on other people's work, right? You're able to kind of handle that service? Are you taking service calls, Jayson?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Anybody that calls in, we have an emergency line 24/7. Even if they've had someone else do work and they decide to give us a call, we'll come in and we can adapt to any work that's already been done or just continue it on.
I would imagine all of your units were taxed during the snowstorm this year and some of the temperature. We had some pretty cold temperatures in January.
Yep.
Tell us about that experience.
Work was pretty steady for that time. A lot of influx of calls.
What were the big complaints, would you say?
It depends on the situation. Most of it was like the cold weather, a lot of heating issues that we had to get out there and take care of. Our guys were running pretty ragged during those time frames. Then when you get the snow melting, you got a lot of backups in the drains and stuff. So then, our sewer department's out there snaking drains, cameraing the lines to see what's actually causing some of the blockage. So we pretty much try to handle everything that comes our way.
What's a pro tip for preventative maintenance in some of these things? You would want to try to avoid the emergence. Some things you can't deal with, but especially like drains.
I do know some people that actually they get them snaked and jetted annually.
Really,
as a preventative maintenance on there.
Do they live where there's a lot of roots and stuff, like down Frontier or whatever?
We do have some that are down that way. I'm trying to think if we had a couple rural ones that were out there that are doing PMs on their drains as well. But you do have to kind of keep track of kind of your trends. If you had a problem at one time, you'll probably have a problem again. I do know there's a couple customers, like I said, they'll call us religiously once a year, come and snake, and then when I say jetting, it's actually you send down a snake that goes down there. It shoots water in every direction at high pressure.
I see the videos on YouTube all over the place.
It's pretty neat, but it washes and cleans out pretty much everything out of those, and that's a good way to keep and maintain your drainage system.
One of the big tips is preventative maintenance in itself. It's not just the sewer drains being jetted or snaked, but your furnaces. You can do preventative maintenance on that, scheduling days for a tech to stop in. They'll check.
You should really do a yearly, right?
Correct.
On that?
Cleaning them.
They need to inspect the what do you call that? The heat exchanger, don't they?
Correct. Yeah,
and that's the same thing with the tankless water heaters. A lot of people don't know that. They get them put in and they don't realize that once a year you should be flushing that through with a chemical to make sure that the flow is correct. I mean, it gets a calcium buildup inside there and you'll end up spending a fortune getting it fixed, where you could spend once a year just a little bit of money just to keep up on that. It'll last you quite a long time.
I mean, you do make major investments with these mechanicals, don't you, Jayson? I mean,
oh yes.
I mean, you think about what a new furnace or new AC or a new generator or something, or
they're a hefty cost when you need to replace something. So anything you can do to keep up on it and keep them in the most top efficient shape is always the best option to do. And if that is bringing someone in once a year to make sure and check it out, it's definitely a big tip there.
We're talking to Jayson, Bob, and Dana from William T. Spaeder Company. They're going to be at the Home and Garden Expo this weekend. And anything you want to communicate, what people should look forward to if they come on out to the show? Do you have any deals going for the show or whatever?
Yeah, we have some show specials. You'll have to come down and take a look.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give them all away now.
No, that's smart. But again, to really understand kind of the whole portfolio of services, right? I mean, you're not just going for generators or not just going for plumbing. It's the whole shebang here.
Everything.
Correct.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And we're going to have a lot of different options, like Bob was saying earlier. You're going to be able to see a tankless water heater. You'll see the standard water heater that many people are used to. The furnace is going to be there. Generator is going to be there. Options on car chargers. So
We'll have a car charger.
You'll have you guys have your own line that you sell. What is it, like a universal connection?
It's not our own line.
But I mean, it's something that you represent, or
not really represent. It's just a model that we use. That's all.
Sure. Yeah,
they're pretty universal at this point.
Yes. I would think you just have to have the right end, depending on what the vehicle is.
Two
right?
different types.
Tesla's the one type, and then everybody else.
And then everybody.
Exactly.
That sounds about right.
Yes.
So literally, GM and Ford and Chrysler, they all decided on something, huh?
Yep.
There is a standard, yes.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
And they do make an adapter to go from one to the other, so that if you do get one charger and you decide to buy something else, you can get the adapter for it. So.
Bob, are you hearing from your clients that their bills go way up when they start charging EVs? Or
I have not heard that.
Okay, I didn't know.
I couldn't answer you what the bills are. I guess I've never gotten the feedback from people saying that.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's interesting because, again, you think about it. A lot of garages you'd have to almost have an attached garage or at least a line going to the garage, and you might have to if it's a detached garage, you'd have to upgrade maybe
it's possible
the service out there.
Oh yeah,
right?
That's correct.
The line that you run out to it is about equivalent to an electric range.
Holy smokes! Oh yeah, so if you're running like 14.2 Romex, so you can run a light and an outlet, it's not going to work.
No.
Not even.
This
close.
is why we call Spaeder
That's
the
right.
experts. When we've got a special need like that. All right. Well, we're excited. We'll be down at the show as well with the talk show, and we're excited to have you guys down there and check out your stuff.
Come
That's
look for the
fantastic.
truck.
Come look for the truck. That's right.
That's awesome.
Booth 107 in case
Booth
anybody wants to look
107,
for it.
and that's in the main hall, right?
Yes.
Okay, terrific. Again, Jayson Spaeder, Vice President of Service, Bob Curtis, Supervisor of the Generator Department, and Dana Totleben, the Manager of Service for Erie at the Home and Garden Expo with a full range of residential services now from William T. Spaeder Company. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate you taking the time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All righty. It is 10 until 4 o'clock here on Talk Erie.